What's up everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do a top 10 list for bicep training. When it comes to training, one of my strengths would be biceps, right? A lot of people that I talk to tell me how hard it is for them to get their biceps bigger, more cut, stronger, more pumped while training. I wanted to create top 10 lists, and I'll add more stuff later on and also other body parts as well. But these are going to be the top 10 lists when it comes to bicep training. Number 1, flex during the day and stretch more. Most people don't flex the muscle that they're trying to build enough, so their body has a weak mind-muscle connection. Whatever you're trying to build, practice flexing it more to have more control over that body part. As far as stretching, if I don't stretch my arm enough and I start to train my arm, it's gonna get really tight. I won't be able to straighten it to get a good enough stretch, and that's gonna mess up my training. So in between sets, what I practice doing is stretching against the wall, and instead of having my hand like this, I turn it, and that allows me to stretch that bicep a little bit better. But that's gonna be step number 1, flex and stretch the muscle more so that you can get more benefit from your training. There's a move that's called drag curls. And drag curls is pretty much having weight, right, in your hands. Instead of having your elbows pointed straight down, right, and then going up and down like this, what you're gonna do is actually put your elbows behind your body, and you're gonna imagine your elbows being pulled together. Imagine like a rope pulling them together. So what that's gonna do is when I go to do the movement, I go down. I'll go a little further so you can see. I'm gonna go down, and here it stops. So it keeps me from fully locking out, and then when I go up, it also keeps me from cheating. That's what a lot of people do when they start to get tired. They end up raising their elbows forward, and doing this, you're actually not working your bicep, you're working your shoulder. So the goal of training should be to focus and maximize the effort on the muscle that you are trying to build. So that's the second one. Try drag curls. Again, that can be done with barbell, curl bar, dumbbells, anything that you have at home. Number 3, one more thing for number 2 for the drag curls. There's a type of training called occlusion training where it focuses on pushing the blood into the muscles and keeping it there. By having your arms against your body, it's actually pushing against the bicep. It's easier for you to get your arms pumped. So that's a good trick for people that are having problems getting their arms pumped in the first place. Number 3, try partial reverse chins. So I'll give you an example. So if I was to go on a pull-up bar, what I'm gonna do, instead of doing it palms facing away, I'll do palms facing. So what I used to do years ago is I would grab onto a pull-up bar, I would keep my arms actually touching. That would keep me from going all the way down, and I would just focus on doing pull-ups from this position to this position. So it's a small movement, and it doesn't seem like it's a lot, but while training your biceps, you'll notice that this makes it burn like crazy. Another thing you can do is even just holding the pull-up position. So go on a pull-up bar, pull yourself up, and just try holding yourself there, let's say 10 seconds at a time, and then you can let go, drop down, but just to force your muscles to work harder. You're gonna notice that your biceps are gonna get more pumped. And you can do that before, during, or after your training. Mix it up, see what works best for you. Not everyone is the same, so it might not work for you or it might work for you. That was number 3. Number 4, hand placement during supinated curls. So let me grab a dumbbell. Actually, all my dumbbells are in the house. I'm gonna use my dog toy. So we are going to pretend that this is the dumbbell. I have weight on either side, right? During a curl, right, your bicep has 2 functions. Your bicep can, right, raise the forearm up, right? So you can raise your arm up, but it also twists your wrist. So even me just doing this, it flexes the bicep. So one of the best workouts to do, or best exercises rather, is having your dumbbell in your hand. Instead of just going up like this, or instead of going up like this, you're actually gonna start straight and turn and curl. So this motion right here is called supination. But what I want you to do to get more focus on that bicep, to try this out, remember, the weight is on both sides, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide this hand all the way to the right. So now there's more weight here. So when I go to lift up like this, it's even more resistance for me. And you don't have to use the heaviest weight to do this. Even with lightweight, you're gonna feel a difference. And even if you don't go all the way to the end, you go a little bit more to the right, you're gonna feel it even more when you do those curls. Let's see what our next one is. Okay, preacher curls, no cheating. So I don't have a preacher curl in front of me right now, but if you guys know what a preacher curl is, it's literally like a cushion, right? It's like this platform that you actually put your armpits in and your arms stay down, right? And you'll be in a seated position in a gym. A lot of times people will still end up cheating and they'll end up bringing their arms all the way over here when they get really tired. One of the tricks that I would use years ago is raise that position of that cushion up higher so that you can actually stand with your body pushed into the preacher curl. And then when I'm putting my arms on there, my armpits aren't even in there. It's literally just my body against it, my elbows here. So if you're in this position, as soon as I go as high as my face, you'll notice there is no rest at all. So that's what I used to do, and I recommend you trying to get a better bicep workout. That was number 5. Number 6, time under tension. It's something that people do to help increase their results, increase the performance, the difficulty of their exercise. And so there's something called the 21s that people would do for biceps. So you have 3 planes of movement pretty much. You have from the bottom to the middle, right? That's one. You have from the middle to the top, and then you have the complete motion, which is from the bottom all the way to the top. So a set of 21 would be, let's say, 7 from the middle to the top. After I complete my 7, I'm gonna go straight to the bottom, do from the bottom to the middle for 7, and then my last one immediately afterwards is gonna be 7 complete reps from the bottom all the way up to the top. That's gonna get you super pumped when it comes to arms. That's one of the techniques that they've been using for years. It's called the 21s. You could even do that when it comes to triceps or legs, chest. There's so many different ways for you to utilize that, but the main focus is gonna be time under tension. It's like, how long are you actually doing the exercise? Are you keeping a good form? Is your breathing good? That's gonna be one of the tricks right there, time under tension. That's number 6. PreExhaust method. So let's say I'm the type of person where I go to train my back and my biceps always get pumped and I don't get a good workout from my back. In that case, the PreExhaust method you would use is you would do exercises to burn out your back before. And then you would do the regular exercises that are going to be compound movements that use, different joints at the same time. That way you don't get your arms too pumped. But let's say you're the other way around and you're the type of person that has a strong back, but you have weak arms. The trick that you would end up doing would be focusing on doing isolation movements, any kind of exercise to get your arms pumped, and then go to your back training, and then you'll notice that you'll get a better workout and you'll have a more balanced body. Your arms will be more in line with your back because you're prioritizing the weaker muscle first. And that is called the PreExhaust method. And that could be for anyone. There's a lot of people that'll train their upper body and they're trying to get their chest bigger, but what ends up happening is their shoulders take over. And so a lot of times they'll work out their chest as much as they want, and the only thing they see is bigger shoulders, right? So for those people, it could be the form that they're doing the movement where it's allowing their shoulders to take over. But an easy fix for most people would be before you do your chest workout, let's say for a bench, you wanna do your flies or do isolation movements to try to get this pumped. So before you start working your chest, warm up the chest and get the chest pumped doing those isolation workouts. I promise you, when you go to do your regular chest exercises, your chest is gonna be a lot more pumped and you'll be able to balance out your body so that you won't have huge shoulders and small chest. And it's important to be balanced. If you wanna compete, of course, they judge based on like balance and proportion, but even for the average person, if one body part is way bigger than another with your own body, your body is pretty much a kinetic chain, everything works together. And if you have one thing off, it throws something else off. And that's where a lot of people have injuries. So you wanna be balanced and you wanna practice that PreExhaust method and do some research on it as well. I'll do more videos later on actually showing how that works. Number 8, your grip during rows and thumbless grip. So if you're doing, let's say rows for back, and the rows would be something where you're bent over, arms straight down, and you're pulling the weight into your stomach, that's gonna be working your back. You can have your, like pretty much palms facing down when you go to do it, or you can have an underhand grip. The underhand grip is gonna help you to work your biceps a little bit more. So if your biceps are weakness, when you go to do rows, try to do them underhand. All right, next one, we are on number 9. So try pyramiding, low to high and high to low. Pyramiding is a term they used years ago when it comes to training. If I was gonna be training my arms, I'm either gonna start off with a heavier weight with lower reps. Let's say I'm doing 8 reps with heavier weight. My next set, doing 10 reps. The next set, 12 reps. So I'm gonna go up in reps and down in weight. And that'll be able to help you to get more pumped. What I do recommend, if you are gonna start with a heavier weight, go down to the lower weight so you can really get that burn, build up the lactic acid in your muscles, would be to still warm up your muscles before you train with a heavy weight, because you don't wanna get yourself hurt. It doesn't matter who you are, protect yourself. But that's really, really good. So if you're trying to do your biceps, don't just do the 3 sets of 10. Warm them up for a set or 2, practice stretching, flexing your arms, and then I want you to maybe try with the lighter weight first and grab a weight that you can do 25 reps and then rest for 30 seconds. Now grab a heavier weight that you can do for 20, 15, 10, 5, so on and so forth. Definitely give that a try. And that was number 9. Number 10, try curls against the wall to prevent cheating. So the biggest problem a lot of people do when they go to do their arms is their elbow, instead of staying pointed down, they're going way back or way in front. What you want to do is go up against the wall. So I'm going to use the edge. So let's say this is the wall right here. If my body's in contact with the wall, I want to make sure the whole time I feel this tricep, this shoulder, and my back on the wall. And then all I'm going to be doing is raising my hand. And that's going to allow me to isolate the biceps so I can get more of a burn without the cheating. It's also going to help you if you have any back problems. Some people, because of bad form, they end up using their whole body to lift it and hurting themselves. This is going to be a way for you to use less weight, feel it more, get more of a pump, and definitely something you want to try out maybe at the beginning of your training so you can get more results. And that's pretty much it. And just to do a little quick overview of what I just said, and again, I'm going to have more of these videos showing you different tips, but this is something anybody can use. Definitely try it out if it's something that you haven't done before. Let me know in the comments what you think of these ones, and then also yeah, be on the lookout for more tips. I'm going to do different lists for different body parts. I'm going to do an updated bicep one so I can add in some other ones that I wasn't able to include in this one. But again, 10 bicep tips. Number 1, flex during the day and stretch more. Number 2, try drag curls. Number 3, try partial reverse chins and pull-up holds. Number 4, your hand placement during supinated curls. Number 5, doing preacher curls without cheating. Number 6, time under tension using 21 training. Number 7, PreExhaust Method. Number 8, grip during rows and using thumbless grip. That's another one I forgot to do. Number 9, try pyramiding low to high and high to low. Number 10, try curls against the wall, preventing cheating. And then the thumbless grip, I forgot to mention that. So let's say you're doing a pull-up. You grab a pull-up bar, right? A lot of people, what they'll say is they do pull-ups, but as they're doing their pull-ups, their arms start to burn a lot, right? So this is a trick. It's actually the opposite of building up your biceps. But if you notice that your arms burn too much when you go to do pull-ups and you can't work your back, instead of putting your hand, your thumb around the bar, right? By doing this, it causes me to squeeze that muscle. What I want you to do is do thumb over the bar. So it's a thumbless grip. By doing a pull-up this way, it allows you to not engage your biceps, and you want to imagine that your elbows are hooks and you're literally pulling yourself up to work your back. And for people that have problems training their back, getting results from their training, I recommend this. So do, let's say, 3 pull-ups, thumbless grip, right? You'll notice, wow, my arms are not getting tired. When you start to get tired in your back and it's hard for you to do it, now put your thumb around the bar. You're gonna get more help from your biceps, but your back is already fatigued. So that's a way for you to completely annihilate that back so you can get a good training. And that's pretty much it. I just wanted to leave you guys with that. And I'll be putting short clip on Instagram, but the full video here on YouTube. And I appreciate you guys. Much love. Have a good one. Peace.